This is ACOFAE. Laura Marie and Jessica Marie proudly present A Court of Fandoms and Exploration, a podcast. Fair warning, everything the hosts say is explicit, full of spoilers and adult content and shall not be used against them. They have opinions. Let's try not to drag anyone for expressing themselves and just have fun for an hour. We all deserve it.
Spoilers and mentions for this episode include the Vampire Diaries, ACOFAE, Loki, and other Marvel and DC references.
Hi everybody, and welcome to A Court of Fandoms and Exploration, your weekly deep dive into the YA literature and fandoms that we love. I'm Laura Marie, and you will hear Jessica Marie on the outro of this episode. Now, this week we are discussing Kaven. This is part 2 of our episode with her, and it just kind of gets a little crazy there towards the end, but we just want to say thank you to Kaven and her willingness to come on the show and hang out and just be such a wonderful influence in the community. So here is part 2 of Kaven.
Who was the meanest person y'all met? Was there a mean person, or were they all really nice?
There was.
I feel like you.
I
who
do
was
remember.
It?
I know.
Can
Sam bleep it out?
Yeah.
Okay. So is terrible to fans.
Hi, Laura Marie here from the editor's room. We are not going to reveal that name, but I will give you so many hints you'll be able to figure that out. So, it is one of the female lead actresses, and it is not Bonnie, and it is not Caroline. So, take from that what you will.
And she'll be nice to you if she thinks you're somebody.
Yeah.
So we were, yeah. So we were at this fan event, meeting some of the talent, and she could not be bothered. She'll be intentionally late so she doesn't have to meet people, so she can say oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm running late, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So then Laura and I were at the fan event, and we're very much like Clark Kent Superman. We're fans during the day, and then we get all done up, and then we're like, it's on. So we go to the actual after party that they have, and
no. We snuck in to the after party, the network after party.
Yeah.
Who are y'all that got into these parties? But okay.
We just played we were drunk white girls. That's how we were trying to portray. We were portraying ourselves.
We were oh my God, we were done up.
We just had to go to the bathroom.
Where's the bathroom? And they just let us in.
Oh my God. I love that for y'all. Okay, keep going. I'm so interested in this. This is crazy.
So we get to the party. We're like, I can't believe we made it. We're freaking out. And then at one point, we're like, well, we need a bathroom run because we had been drinking for a while. And we get in there, and she's there. She's in the bathroom. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she's great to us. Loves our shoes, loves our outfits, all that stuff.
Y'all are all dressed up now.
Mm-hmm. And we're in the party that is under lock and key.
Yeah, we're not behind the barricade. Yeah.
They're under lock. It's under, they don't there's some parties they'll tell you where they are publicly, and they'll be like, this party is here, and websites will post them. But this is the one party that's under lock and key, which also gets really frustrated because you're like, come on, this is the CW. This is the one that you want to keep under lock and key, but okay. So yeah, that is
so gross.
It was really disappointing.
But you know what? It's kind of weird. I could see it. I couldn't see it before you said it. I'm like, no, but now that you're saying it, I'm like, you know what? That kind of checks out. I don't know why, but I feel like that makes sense to me.
But on the flip side of that, I've heard stories where Kat Graham has taken fans shopping.
I've also heard that.
She seems like the type.
Yeah.
She seems like the type. I feel like her well, I don't want to like say other people because I feel like then it'll narrow it down and everybody will know who we're talking about. But I feel like her, Kat, and someone else from the show seem like very nice girls and like really appreciate the fans, you know? And then
We can,
there's
if you want to say names, we can bleep them
we'll
out
bleep
too.
it. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
Sure. Okay. I feel like and seem like very nice. Like I feel like probably appreciates the fans most, and that is the most personable with the fans.
I would agree.
I can kind of see it on being like one of these.
I think has openly said that she's more introverted and reserved, and I get that. I feel like a lot of us can be that way if we're in an unfamiliar situation.
Correct. Yeah. And see, there's a difference between being like introverted and socially anxious around those situations and acting kind of like fidgety and being an outright, you know, diva. Like there just are like
People don't know the difference, and I think that's unfortunate
Yeah.
because just because there's an immediate assumption that if you're not extroverted, then you must be a bitch and these socially awkward because you don't
Right.
want to talk to anybody. And you're like, wait, like there are more people in life than
Yep.
Leos.
But the
you
fact
know?
that y'all saw her as fans and then as someone's, and there was like a 2 different personality switch, that's how you know.
There's a lot of people like that though, and it's really interesting to see the flip switch. I mean, not to be all like
it's gross, but the humanity was off.
Yes,
So
that's
wait,
the
on the
perfect way. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her humanity was off in front of the fans and then boop, back on whenever she thought she was in a place where connections could be made.
Yeah.
On the flip side of that, I want to know who the friendliest was to y'all.
Oh, Laura, I feel like you have that perfect. segue.
Joseph Morgan. Like
We love to hear it.
like the nicest. I think we've talked about this before, but Jess like dared me to go over and talk to him at the party, and like I was like a couple drinks deep and I was like, okay, fine. And I went over and I approached his fiance. He just gotten engaged, and I was just like, oh my
Persia,
God.
love her.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, congratulations. Like, I've just gotten married. Like, are you so excited? And then I turned to him and I was like, you know, are you very excited? We had this like whole very wonderful conversation. Then I was just like, okay, have a great night. Bye. And he was just like, bye.
I remember he was surprised. He goes, how does everybody know already? Like
Yeah.
that he was genuinely like he had no idea. And it had been out.
The way he doesn't know how loved he is. I love
Yeah.
that.
He was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe everybody knows. Everybody's been so. He was very nice, and Laura was the perfect. I was like, go.
Yeah. She's like,
Yeah.
go. I was like, okay. I'll go talk to this person that I love. Like,
Yeah, that is so cool that y'all have these memories and these experiences. I am so jealous. Like, I'm so mad that y'all got to meet freaking Joseph Morgan because Klaus is my favorite character out of everyone. So jealous.
I'm going through my pictures.
Phoebe.
Oh my God, she's so pretty. It's disrespectful.
I've got Haley and then we have Marcel.
That man. I can't believe I didn't
Yeah.
even think of him to think of the nicest. I mean,
He's wonderful.
I've seen him, with the exception of last year, I've seen him at least once a year, like for like network parties and stuff that we go to. His smile, it makes your day. You could have the shittiest
Yeah.
day and you see his smile, and if you think it's good on
Lights up.
screen, you're just that it's not when people say
It doesn't do
life
him
isn't
justice.
fair and just doesn't, no, it doesn't. You're like, it's not fair to be that beautiful in person.
Maybe
More
he should be our
beautiful in
Helion.
person.
He should be our Helion, maybe.
Ooh.
Now that right there is amazing because that smile and
How
that
does
like
nobody
energy,
said that?
that energy about him, he gives off that very charismatic, like light, like
And
kind of
everybody
energy, playful.
loves Helion. Everybody
Right.
loves Charles Michael Davis. There is not
Come
one
on.
girl.
Well,
Can
no,
we manifest this?
We have to run it by Amber. Amber has
Yeah,
to have
Amber
the
has
final
final-
say.
You're right. You know what? I'm going to text her after this and be like, look, this is your husband, so we want to make sure we get this right.
And she's been really good with she's like, he could be a. And every time she's presenting a new person, I go, yes. I have no.
That's exactly how I am with Azriel too. I'm like, anybody could play him. I don't care. I just like, because I get tagged in a lot of like the fan casts. And
Hi, everybody. Laura here again from the editing room. Just letting you know that we had severe technical problems during this point, but we are going to drop you back into the middle of our conversation where we ended up picking back up. So enjoy. Thank you.
Apparently, people have been using OnlyFans for like certain, not just like what it's used for, but they're like, oh, I'm going to be doing additional content here. Like there's this model that we follow, Carl Kugelman or something. I don't know. He is my Reese. I have casted him as Reese in my head.
Send me his hat.
Yes,
I'll put him in the. I'll send him. Hot. And he had this survey. He goes, if I were to upload additional content on an OnlyFans, who would be interested? And it was like 99% people. And I go, I've never had an OnlyFans account, but I'm about to make one for this man.
Oh, fun. I love that. I love to see entrepreneurs just thriving.
He's gorgeous too.
Paul, I guess like some of the celebrities have been doing that with the close friends stories and saying you need to be on a list and you have to pay. And then if you pay or, and if you pay them, then they're going to donate to charity. You get to be added to their close friends list. And then they put up opportunities for their close friends or something.
Oh, I guess for charities it's good. But otherwise, I don't like when celebrities do that. I think just give us normal people something, please. But either way, what we were talking about was Helion and asking our standby Helion expert, Amber, how she felt about it, and that I'm the same way because I get tagged in a bunch of videos for fan casts of Azriel, and I say yes to every single one of them.
They need you in the casting room, basically, for everything.
Agree. It's not about what they look like to me. It's how they deliver like the energy of the person. And that's why I think that he would make such a great Helion, is because I feel like he carries and embodies that energy.
He has that Helion energy.
And the voice.
Everything. I didn't even think about it till you had mentioned it.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to wonder, did you see the recent fan art? I know Amber had posted it of Helion with on the Pegasus with the dread. I mean, he looked...
Yeah,
that's how I've always imagined Helion, and just to see somebody put to life what you envision is always. I'm sure you feel that way with your book.
Yeah, for sure. I just I think that we have to come together because there's so much toxic parts of the fandom of ACOTAR that are going to be like very hissy pissy about whoever's casted, and I think everybody just needs to get over themselves.
No one's going to be happy with the casting, I think, at the end of the day. But there's a lot of things that people have been casted for, and then you see it executed, and you're like, oh, well, now I can't unsee them for anything.
Heath Ledger.
Right.
Heath Ledger for the Joker. Do you remember all that bullshit?
Yep.
Oh my God. Everyone's like, no, Heath Ledger can't play the Joker. He's, too pretty. He's too everything. And then we saw the movie and we're just blown away.
Oscar. How about you say that to his Oscar? Thank you. Like, he was fantastic. I was like, seriously, the whole reason that trilogy did what it did is because of what Heath did with that Joker. And I'm like, I was terrified of him. I laughed, but I laughed like a cautionary laugh, like at his jokes, because I'm like, oh, he's psycho.
He's psycho.
I think that we have to band together and really come to the defense of whoever's casted for whatever role, because
at the end of the day, if the story is told the way it needs to be told,
correct,
that'll be fine.
Same with me. And I'll be attracted to anybody because that's just who I am as a person. And I'm attracted to characters, like not so much people. This is so sad. I'm attracted to fictional things. So it's more of like, as long as they're doing the character right, I'm going to be like,
Kaven, do you have a hot take, or do you have like an opinion that is just like different from any other like kind of thing that you've heard?
From Vampire Diaries?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Kind of. Maybe. Because I'm a big Delana shipper. Like, I am so about Delana. But after Nina left, I would have been 100% on board and elated if Bonnie and Damon got together.
Yes, their friendship is so wonderful. And like, if they had taken them to the next level, like all about it, fine. Yes.
Yeah. Also, a big hot take was, I know that Bonnie was a witch, but now that we know that heretics could exist, like you could be a vampire. What a missed opportunity, because that woman did not age. Like, she legitimately looks the same age even today. So like, what a missed opportunity that she wasn't a vampire, because obviously the cast aged because, you know, we're not real vampires, but Kat could be. I don't know. So hot topic, Bonnie and Damon, and Bonnie should have been a vampire because Kat is hot.
Do you think that it was them not doing, I mean, we obviously know that, you know, justice for Bonnie, but do you think if there was a point to make with Bonnie and Damon having a platonic friendship? That, you know, just because you're a guy and a girl, that doesn't mean you have to have some sort of romantic relationship.
I think they should have done that with Stefan and Caroline, because their friendship was way better than, honestly, almost mirroring Lexi and Stefan in a way. And if you've read the books, Bonnie and Damon are soulmates. Like, they get together. That's like, they end up together.
That's so good. That's so nice to know.
So for me, I thought, since Bonnie and Damon were not friends, like, they were not friends in the beginning. They actually actively despised one another.
Hate each other,
and kind of tolerated each other because of their mutual friends and situations, and the fact that they kind of needed the other for protection of the whole. But after the prison world, there was a friendship, but I would have liked to see a romance bloom, because I would have liked Bonnie to be like, oh my gosh, Damon is not like this dickhead. He actually is amazing and one of the most caring people I've ever met in my entire life. And on the flip side, Damon would be like, Bonnie is not this uptight, like, judgmental girl that I thought she was. Like, she is a strong, beautiful, like, does whatever is needed, selfless woman that is gorgeous. And I would have liked to see it bloom, and I would have liked Stefan and Caroline to be that platonic relationship to show that men and women don't always have to fall in love. That's what I would have liked. But I'm also a big Delana shipper. Like, I need everybody to know that. Like, I'm obsessed with Delana. But that's my hot take that most people might not agree with, is Damon and Bonnie.
I agree with
that.
It.
Was okay, bye.
When they're making pancakes for each other.
Oh, and he does the fangs. Like, oh.
And whenever she is the hunter and he like has her down on the ground and he goes, I love you. And then they like add some stupid, like, they should have just left it at that, because it should have just been like, yeah, they're obviously in love with each other. Have you ever seen them interact with each other? That's not how friends interact. Sorry. But he was like, I love you. And then he's like a friend. And I'm like, ugh, why? Like, stop. Anyways, whatever. That's just how what about y'all? Do y'all have any hot takes that may be unpopular opinions?
I don't know. Like, me personally, I don't think so. All I can think of is like, so my husband Sam does the New York Times crossword like religiously. Mm-hmm. He has like a spreadsheet. It's like this whole thing. You would be shocked how many times Catherine and Elena Gilbert are like the answers to the crossword. And he hates himself because he knows immediately what those answers are. Because when I was in New Jersey, like, I was watching this live and he was watching it with me, obviously. And he was just like, I know all of this. I know this whole plot. And then his friends that he talks with in the like the Discord New York Times crossword section, like, nerds.
There's a Discord. I thought he was riding solo on this.
Oh no, because he shares his spreadsheet and his time with everybody.
I play Wordspace every morning, so I get it.
Yeah. So and he will tell people, he'll like screenshot his stuff, and other people would be like, "Well, I didn't know the answer to this." He's like, "It's Catherine. Obviously, it's Catherine."
That's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
I also loved Catherine and Stefan together, but whatever. Also, hashtag justice for Lexi.
Justice for Lexi. What even was any of, like,
Lexi's been brought back.
Was she okay? She's the only one who's had more success out of everybody from that show, like professional success.
Ketsia has had significant success. She is in like every supernatural show that you can think of.
Really?
As like a secondary character. Yeah, she's in True Blood. She's in everything.
I had to look her up. I go, why does she look so familiar? And then I went to her IMDb and I go, oh, how is she in all these shows?
Yeah.
No wonder. I guess she's one of those actresses that you always see. She's like consistently working, I guess. Yeah. So you never know who or what she's doing, but you know she's always in something. Good for her.
I honestly just had a revelation, like not even that long ago. I was watching Legally Blonde and I realized that Alaric is in it the whole time.
Yeah.
Lauren.
Yeah.
Who knew? I was like, oh, that's why Alaric's always looked familiar to me, because he's in one of my absolute favorite movies and I had no idea. So
there's a creepy story about him on the set of Legally Blonde. He had a really big crush on Selma Blair and he like made it really awkward. And then other cast members came out and were like, oh, well, he also had a crush on this person and he had a crush on this person and he was talking to this person. And like all together, all of those stories together, you're just like, ooh.
Now I feel even more gross when I was working one of the cons. And so, like, I had a photo op with him, and he was really good about, well, I thought, making it less awkward for people. So he would, like, spin you or do, like, little dance moves or dip you. And
he
so
eats that
awkward.
shit up. He loves that.
He loves, now I feel like, ew.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want any of these memories.
He wasn't doing it to diffuse the awkwardness. He was doing it for himself.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. That's so unfortunate. I love Alaric. I have to like.
It's important to know that just like we have those differentiations where like you are not your character. It's like you are not your character. You are not your character.
Yep. I wonder if they're gonna rehire him for Legacies.
I was just thinking that. Because like I also enjoy Legacies, but I know that he has like something, or like the other people have something in their contract that say like the young actresses are not allowed to be like in a room with him alone.
The fact that it's written in their contract, that's even scarier.
Yeah. So like what even is that? But I really enjoy Legacies. I like the guest stars that they have on Legacies. I like the little like callbacks. Like
it really won't make sense without Alaric. It really won't. He's been too like, he's ingrained in the show because he's been there since season 1 of Vampire Diaries. He's the father of Joe and Liz. Yeah. He's Hope's mentor. I mean, it sucks because it's like, ew, get him off.
He's so tied to it.
Can't get him off. Like he's like a main contingency in the show. So it's like you can't recast him either. No one's gonna. I wouldn't like that. I would be like, oh,
Do you think that they'll find a way to write him off the show?
That's what I was thinking. Maybe he'll go and like join Joe.
But then who would replace? Do you think they'd bring back Candace? Do you think that like Caroline would come in? Because like.
I'm sure they would do that in a heartbeat. I'm sure they would have preferred that anyways. I think that like something interesting that could happen is if he found a way to like sacrifice himself instead of one of his daughters having to die during the merge. That would be a great way because it would be in character with Alaric. It would kind of round out their story with their father, like sacrificing himself so that they could live. So for people who are unaware of his discrepancies in real life, could watch it and be like, oh, that sucks, Alaric's gone, but I get it, like, sacrificed himself for his kids.
And it kind of aligns also with Klaus's story. It's, like, very, like, a callback to Klaus's story with Hope.
Yes. Yep. So maybe even Hope could, like, help them, like, you know, like, help him find a way. Anyways, there's a lot of possibilities, but I think it would have to be at the end of the season. Like, the whole season would be about
leading up until that point.
Yeah. So we would have to deal with him for a season, but you have to remember that there's a bunch of people that probably don't know the in real life stuff going on. So just kind of writing or killing him off for any other reason, I feel like would be a huge shame to the character and to the story itself, because it would be like, what? Huh? So I think that would be the best way to do it. And I think that they should do it, honestly.
I have a question. So like, obviously, we're talking about like things coming back and like, you know, all of us are reverting to our younger selves. Kaven, do you have thoughts about the True Blood like revamp that they're doing? Is that something that you're interested in, or like?
I had no idea.
Oh yeah, they're.
I watched the first episode of the new Gossip Girl last night.
Thoughts?
I don't know. I think that I'm too old. I honestly think that I'm too old for it because it's like they did a really what the other shows did was like. It really looked like older people just playing younger people. So I don't know. In this one, it's younger people playing like actually young people, and they have like just even the jargon, like what they're speaking about. I'm like, no, maybe this isn't for me. I kind of felt the same with Euphoria. I was like, you know, seems like a great show, but I just can't get into the sexualization of high schoolers. Even if the actors are of age, like they're going to school and they live with their parents, and like, I don't want to watch them do that. I don't want to watch it. So, but with True Blood, I had no idea about it. And I have not seen True Blood since I was like 11, which why was I watching True Blood?
That was going to be my thought.
Don't know. We had free reign at my house, I guess.
Suck it.
Yeah, so I just remember being like, oh, Rogue is on this. I'll watch. And then I was like,
Rogue's tits. Okay.
Yeah, there they are. Thanks so much for that. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I'm interested in it. I will never get over my vampire phase. I don't think it's too ingrained in who I am as a person. I just enjoy it too much. So I'll, as long as it's not babies, you know, or children or teenagers even being kind of brought into a very adult-like situation, then I think I'll be okay. I think I'll watch it.
That's totally fair and completely reasonable. There also, there's Blade that's coming back, and
yes, very excited.
Yes, very excited. And something else. Interview with the Vampire. They're redoing that as well. So, I mean, all very exciting. There's a vampire resurgence.
Wow, I love that. Except I am still obsessed with 94, I think, Interviews with a Vampire. I'm obsessed with it still. I don't know how they're going to get better than Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt.
I mean, Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, Antonio Banderas, Kirsten Dunst, Christian Slater. I mean,
come on now.
The cast is just...
And I've also never like identified with a vampire more than Louis, because I know that because my friends and I have this all the time, like, would you choose to be immortal? And I always say, if I knew I could die. Like, if I knew that there was a way that I could eventually, you know, bite the dust, then yes. But if like just I had to live and there was no way to die, no. So I think that Louis, his internal dread, I was like, I get it. I would feel that way after like
however long,
300 years. I feel like 3 centuries for me, and I'd be like, I gotta go. This is too much. But I actually just watched Tom Hiddleston and Tilda Swinton in Only Lovers Left Alive.
Yes.
Loved it. See, I've been going through like a real vampire thing too. I actually legitimately just texted one of my best friends, hey, I have a favor and I need you to just say that you're down. And she was like, okay, I'm down. What is it? I'm like, we are going out in the next couple of weeks as immortals. Like, we are dressing up as if we are vampires who can only leave at night. Swear, I will screenshot and send you the message. We're dressing up as if we're vampires that can only go out at night. We're a couple centuries years old, and we have to like come up with our backstory and how we were changed. And like, what is the one thing that like helps us cling to our humanity? Like, I need all of these things to be there and present so that when we go out, that's what we do.
I want to
like,
do when Laura and
I want to do that.
I was like, when Laura and I eventually come to Austin, because
come on down.
We're like, we need to have a theme night.
I'm getting the teeth that you can like, and they go up.
Oh, it's genius.
I'm scaring some people that night. They're going to legitimately think they met a vampire.
The ones that people, like, I saw them on TikTok and I had to rewatch it a couple times.
Yep.
I go, how is that possible? Is it a filter? And it's not a filter.
No, it's like a thing.
No.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a flapper almost, if you will, but like a contraption one that you can, but yeah, doing it. And I'm going out as if I have been alive for centuries. And like, I have read way more poetry and like philosophy than I actually have. And I'm just going to be very romantic and stalky of the night. And I'm going to have my whole backstory and how I was changed, and the thing that, you know, helps me cling to my humanity.
That sounds amazing.
Have you decided what what you're going to cling to?
No, I haven't thought about it. I mean, I have some speculations, but like, I really have to marinate and find, like, I have to really think like, okay, Casey, like if I was alive for 300 years, what would actually hold me down. I don't know that there would actually be anything, but
that's
whatever.
part of the journey. That's the character, right? Like,
but that's also, you don't know if it would be anything, but what would your character be?
Right. Oh, God, I don't even know.
That's so fun. That's so fun. I'm thinking like the last time that I was in Austin, I ended up in a speakeasy. So I feel like if I had the creativity that you do, Kaven, I could have been like, well, I'm a vampire and like this is my natural environment. But like I was just kind of looking
like
around.
Doing one of these, like,
yeah.
like
You're so close to you.
But I was like this. I was
Exactly what I
like,
was about to start singing. Like, like that's literally how I want to go out with my friend. It's like Damon and Elena, season 4, going to the frat party and just living their best lives. Like I want to have like fake blood on stat. Like I fully intend to scare some people. I fully intend for some people to go like wake up the next morning and be like, I think I saw. Like, and they're going to get made fun of, and they're going to be like, dude, like, no, I freaking saw a woman, and, like, she looked at me, and her teeth were down, and then I looked back, and she was like, and her teeth were fine, and I'm freaking, like, I fully intend to, like, sell it. And so we have, like, theme nights all the time. Like, for her last birthday, we did, like, 1920s, where we all went as characters, but we all had to have a secret. Like, so the whole night was us, like, communicating as our characters, but trying to figure out what the other person's secret was. And I mean, we fully commit, like down to Uber rides. Like we never break character. So it's fun. I hope that y'all can join us one day because I will fully do it again. But I'm so ready.
I love that you're also planning on doing it on like a random day and not just this is what we're doing on, Halloween weekend. Yeah.
No. This will be like next weekend for no reason. Because here's the deal, like life is a party and then you die, right? So just have a little fun. Don't hurt people, obviously, but just have some fun. Go make people think that you're a vampire. What is like, I'm not really eating anyone that night. So unless they want me to.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Oh my God. Wouldn't that be so much fun if like someone approached me and really thought I was a vampire and they wanted to be turned and then I had to like
suck their neck.
Yeah. Or I had to like go like, I had to get really into acting and just be like, I can't, like, you don't understand what you're asking.
The burden of eternity.
I don't know if you can handle being sired.
Yeah. Like, we have a whole plan. Like, we think that if we ever turned into vampires, we would turn someone else and be like, look, here's the deal. Like, you have 500 years to live because you're kind of our guinea pig to see if we can even die. So you have 500 years to live with us. But then the plot is that when those 500 years are approaching, that person would turn on us and it would be like this colossal, run around. So anyways, we've just kind of made our lives into stories. And I think that everybody should give it a shot.
And I think that we should all dance better than Damon dances in that epic scene. Because if you watch that back, he's just kind of like, and he like kind of like, saunters up to her a little bit. And he's just like
doing the neck thing.
Yeah.
He's just doing this. And it's like, okay, whatever. You would think after 180 years.
You could dance. Like,
but I guess you could take the boy out of the 18th century or the 19th century. Whatever. But yeah, so next time if y'all come to Austin or if I go somewhere else, we got to go out as we can do vampires. We can do any creature or
anything. Yeah.
We could be fae. We could really do. We could do Greek goddesses. We can pretend. We don't even have to pretend to be we could be additional members of the inner circle. We could create. We don't have to be the inner circle. We can just be additions to it.
Right.
There's a lot there. There's a lot we could work with.
Yeah.
And Laura's moving back to the States officially. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
Yes, I heard.
Yeah, officially, I'm moving to Colorado. So
beautiful. Lucky. Ugh.
Yeah, we have a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Everybody's welcome. Come hang out.
Yay! Oh my gosh, I will seriously go. I love Colorado so much. Love it.
It's very exciting. We'll be there August, like the end of August. So like I'll be stateside forever the end of August, and it's very exciting for everybody. Yes.
Yay! Are you excited to be back?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yes and no, because yes, because like everybody I love is in the States and it'll be so much easier for everything. But also like I'm losing that one like cool girl thing that I have, being like, I'm the cool friend that lives in Europe, you know, like, but alas, but I'll be the cool friend that lives in Colorado, and Colorado has a lot of awesome
you'll be
things.
The friend that lives in Colorado that lived in Europe.
Yeah.
You know, you'll always have like a leg up on, you'll always have a one up on anyone's story.
I'm trying.
Oh, and also you met Nina Dobrev in a bathroom and went up to Joseph Clark and congratulated him on his marriage. So you are going to be fine.
And she liked my shoes.
Oh, she loved your shoes.
Shoes.
I mean, come on. What do I have to tell people? Oh,
you're writing 3 book series.
You're working on an app. You're TikTok
Are you working
famous. You're beloved. Like, oh, come on.
You're a main character in your own story.
In our story.
Okay. Well, you guys, you made me feel better. Never mind. But still, I think I might take living in Europe over that, but it's fine. It's fine. I'll be satisfied with what I'm given. I'm going out as a vampire. That's all I really need to tell people.
Yeah.
They'll be like, so what's your biggest accomplishment? Well, not to brag, but I did go out as a vampire to a bar. So I fully convinced a guy I was a vampire. And that's all you need to know about me.
I think it's even, you're going to be able to target the people. I say target like a predatory way. I don't mean it that way at all. I feel like you can find somebody like a college age
Chad. Like gullible.
Yeah, super gullible college age Chad at like 1 a.m.
Yeah, but not a critical thinking person.
No.
Like just someone that's like, are you a freaking vampire? And I'm just like, what? Why would you say that? Like, God, manifest.
Yeah, and just show the teeth.
I want it so bad. I like might even like make my face look a little bit more ashen because I'm like kind of tan in real life. So I think I'm gonna like try to make myself look a little bit more pale. Like where they're like, something's off here. And I'm like, what do you mean?
I'm so excited. I feel like this is like one of those a day in the life videos, but it's just you going out.
Hang out by the bathrooms where all the drunk people go and just into the night, like wear a cloak.
I was just thinking that like you should have like a cape in your backpack or something and just like put it on and be like whoosh.
What if you have to go to the bathroom and there's a mirror and you have to just like
hide? I'm gonna have to like walk next to people eating and be like, is there garlic in that?
Wait. Okay, so all of this is making me think. Have you seen like What We Do in the Shadows?
Oh my gosh, yes. Ika. This is my boy. I love it. I love it so much. I really want to model my life after that behavior, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like this is the perfect opportunity to do that.
I feel like it is. I feel like I'm really going to like summon, I don't know which character, maybe I'll be Dimitri. I don't know, but I'll summon one of the characters and really just live my best life. At some point, I'm sure it'll cross over from seriousness to like humorous, where I'm just like, everybody knows that I'm not a vampire and they're like some crazy chick is like walking around like Snape. And I'll be like, that was me. Whatever. It's fun either way.
Or if you're in the club and you get those like pictures from the guy in the club and you're just like
it's gonna be one of those things that'll go on like on Twitter, like people just like documenting their night out. I ran into some random girl.
It's like a thread.
It's the thread.
No, I ran into her too.
I want the thread.
But I feel like all of these scenarios are better than being like the emotional vampire from What We Do in the Shadows, because like nobody wants to be that one.
They're just like in the corner.
I'm going out as if I'm a vampire that thrives, you know, and that loves it.
Although it doesn't sound like a terrible idea if like I came up with I was the vampire in the corner with the drink just looking, but not talking to anybody. But then you just stand there, and now you're just the creepy vampire that nobody knows is actually really sad.
You notice that someone is looking at you. Whenever someone walks by, you have to do the like
and then just and like you're talking yourself out, like, no, I can't handle the guilt. Like, not again.
Or no, you should be like, no, they've had too much salt today.
Yeah, right. The blood is contaminated.
I just keep picking up that
Too
song
many
like,
onions.
hello, darkness, my old friend.
It would be a great idea to like keep like a liquid that kind of looks like blood. You know how they do on like in a little vial or something. And then like when you notice someone's watching, you kind of like,
You could probably get like
You know what I
strawberry
mean?
syrup or something. Just like...
oh my God, this is so much fun. I cannot wait. I'm going to have so much fun. I'm going to FaceTime y'all at some point and be like, I have convinced
Oh my, but
myself.
see, that's also great because even with the FaceTime, you could be like, I'm out, and your fangs are seeing, but then the people behind you who you know are lurking and looking at your FaceTime are going to see the fangs in the phone.
But then we will be totally in character and be like, so did you bite anybody tonight? Like,
Yeah.
how you
Oh, but
doing?
no, guys, I'm trying to do so much better about that. Like it's been months. I'm turning a new leaf. Fish are friends, not food. Like,
Calm down, Stefan.
yeah. I'm a ripper when I feed. You know, I can't do that. Oh man. Okay, that was so. I can't wait. That way, y'all can be a part of it without being here.
I love it.
It's amazing. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm a ripper
Yes.
when I feed.
I'm a ripper when I feed. I can't.
I think that is such like an inside joke on an inside joke that people that are like, what? You'd be like, you're cool. You're cool. You get it.
Yeah. Like, you're a ripper, and I'm gonna be like, you weren't supposed to hear that.
No.
I don't know. Maybe I'll find someone that will fall in love with me and just want to start a little vampiric family, and then I'll take them back and be like, this is my lover of many moons, Codeo. And Cody will be like, what? Like, he'll be playing freaking PlayStation. Like, what
He'll take
the
his
hell are you
headphones
doing?
off and be like, what is happening?
He'll go along with it. He'll be like, oh, yes, of course. It is I, Codeo.
I feel like Cody just kind of goes with it and be like,
Yeah,
okay,
he
babe.
totally does. He's totally down for it. He's just like, you really don't even have to give him a heads up. You just kind of give him one of these looks like, you don't even have to give him a look. You just say it. And he's like, yeah, exactly. And I'm like, teammate, we got it over here.
It's
And he
like,
would
that's
love it.
That's why. Partners, partners for life. Yes.
Yeah, he knew what he was getting into when he married me. So if I bring back people who think that they're about to get turned into a vampire, he'll go along with it.
Oh, that's
Oh, I
fantastic.
could see him just like, it just seems like so, like you're just kind of riffing. You're right. Oh, you brought them. Oh, that's great,
Yes.
babe.
Oh, that's
Yes,
great. And then
like
he
his
pulls
name.
out a cape from like next to the couch and puts it on. He's like, all right, we're good.
He would. Because we have a bunch of like prop outfits and stuff because, you know, we're like into D&D and like stuff like that. So he would be like, oh, I didn't realize that was tonight. Like he would absolutely improvise from the jump. So like, I mean, I'm manifesting a lot here that I'm going to bring a cult back with me, but who knows?
Who
Anything can
knows?
happen.
It is what it is.
Do you two LARP? Do you do the LARPing?
We have. We would love to be like
Active LARPers.
people. Yeah, that LARP all the time. We even thought about like building something in our backyard so people could come LARP at our house. Like we are so much fun. I'm really not trying to boast, but we are just down to be like idiots and like have the best time ever. So we love it.
My dream is to LARP. I tried to go to like some German like LARPing situations, but it doesn't really work when you don't speak German.
Yeah.
But being drunk at a Ren fair is the closest that I've come to it. And, you know, that's pretty fun too. So
Much fun. I love whenever people like really just commit to the character. Like the whole point for me to go is to be someone else, like to escape into that fantasy. Like I don't want to be a modern person where everybody else and everything else is fantasy. Like I want to be a part of the fantasy too. So I would honestly just work at one. I think maybe I should quit my day job at that.
My cousin is an active LARPer, and I mean, obviously with the last year he hadn't, but I go, why were you so tired? He'll come back, he'll leave on a Friday, come back on a Sunday, and he goes, somebody had to stay up on watch overnight. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Can't you just like go out of character when you like go to sleep? He goes, no. And everybody, and there's no money system. It's all barter. So we would go to the store and I would go food shopping. I would do like regular food shopping. And then he would go, no, I need to pick up this and this and this for the cabin. I'm like, what are you doing? I didn't know how I wasn't saying it in a judgy way. I was just like, I didn't know how intensive it was until he really said like, no, this is kind of like the relationships you have to build, and you're on watch, and nobody's out of character. I go, wow, I had no idea.
So much fun. It really is. And the more you commit to the character, the more fun you have personally. So everybody wins if you're into it.
It just makes you think of role models and be like,
that's exactly what it is.
Her whispering eyes, like it means
Yeah.
vagina.
Just go dress like Simmons. Like, let's just go.
Fantastic. I have to wrap this up. It's 11 o'clock at night, and I am technically against the law in Bavaria because you have to be quiet at 10 o'clock, but it's soccer. But I'm like running the edge of the soccer time, so I have to wrap this up. So, Kaven, do you have anything in particular you want to promote? Anything you want to like talk about? Any personal projects? Just anything at all you want to like say, hey, me?
No, I just want to thank y'all for having me on here to talk again. I love it so much.
I love it.
No,
I forgot that we were even recording. I just feel like
Honestly.
we're like...
No, we're just talking. Like, we're just like the best of friends. Like, seriously, we love you so much.
And thank you for spilling the tea on the Vampire Diaries. Like, I have a lot to think about.
Honestly, we have no one to like talk to about it, and nobody that cares. So it's really nice to like share the stories, and we love you. It's just so much fun to talk about, and like I'm moving stateside, so obviously we can like do things when we get back in to the United States. Oh my god, that's so weird.
Yay! Fun!
Yay, fun.
Excited. Thank you guys for having me.
Oh,
We'll talk soon.
yeah,
Absolutely.
talk soon, anytime, and good luck with anything and everything that you're doing. We support you always, and we are your biggest fans.
Journey. I'll let you know. I'll keep you up to date.
Yes, you
Oh,
must.
And don't forget to text Amber about the new
of course.
Helion Discovery.
Yeah, because I think this is like really the perfect casting of all time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No question. Thank you so much, Kaven. You are the best. We adore you.
Oh, I love you guys so much. I'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you to everyone who listened to part 2 of The Chaos with our friend Kaven. And thank you in general to just listening to us. We appreciate it more than we can put into words. So please feel free to follow us on Instagram at ACOFAE Podcast. We're also both on TikTok at ACOFAE Laura, and I'm at ACOFAE Jessica. And more importantly, give our friend Kaven some love. Her TikTok is Kaven, Kaven_books, and her Instagrams, yes, there are 2, Kaven_books, as well as Kaven_books_. If you're looking for some additional content that may no longer be on TikTok. Thank you in general. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.